That's right, she's a friend of the dealer. No surprise, the three baddies were found not guilty and walked right out. Facing these rotten judges, Norse completely lost it. They are the real culprits, refusing to own up to their crimes. The fallen Norse was carried out by the bailiffs in despair. The judge, fearing trouble, decided to send her to a mental institution to talk about a plot twist. The detective comforted her, but Norse stayed silent, like a party in her head. Now her sole intention was to eliminate everyone. Norse dashed away with the tenacity of a marathon runner, and it took her 5 years to do so, a true testament to her perseverance. 5 years later, one night, Norse was in the killer's car, wrestling with the last one. Excitement waits for no one. After a few rounds, Norse sent the guy's dagger flying in just the opening act after 5 years of patience. The next day, the LA police found 3 bodies hanging from the Ferris wheel. They had no idea that Norse was declaring war on the entire gang and the corrupt justice system. Armed to the teeth, Norse glanced at an old family photo hesitantly for a few seconds before tucking it away. Meanwhile, the FBI was knocking on the LA detective's door. The FBI discovered that the long-missing Norse had returned, and this time, the 3 dead thugs were the same ones found not guilty 5 years ago. These past 5 years, Norse was running around in other countries, being labelled as a bad egg who talk about charisma. Norse was out there in those countries, practicing like a maniac, and upon her return, she robbed a professional arms dealer talk about speed. What she planned next was obvious. The former judge's hands were already glued to the table, a wicked plot twist. Norse strapped him with military-grade explosives, leaving him no chance to plead so unfriendly. Norse wasn't in the mood for his nonsense. It was clear she had no intention of letting him survive. That chance was thrown away by the judge 5 years ago. We'll take everything that belongs to you. Get it? It's all over now. Anything you could do won't help. You didn't do the right thing, but I will. Exiting the building, Norse hopped in the bus and called the judge to talk about public transport drama. You can't make the right call, but I will. Soon, 2 minions found the boss who was negotiating. The minions said, the lawyer, the judge, and even some of our bros have kicked the bucket. The killer is that woman from 5 years ago. The boss, unfazed, ordered more firepower, demanding she be taken out within 24 hours. After that, he returned to the table, facing the son of the big boss. Clearly, he was here to deliver some urgent news. Watching the other guy leave, the little mustache was troubled, faintly realizing that Norse probably swiped his goods. Meanwhile, Norse was closely monitoring a seemingly weak man of the accountant for the Little Mustache's gang. Norse saw him enter a rundown building and immediately spring into action, disguising herself as a junk collector so creative. After eliminating 2 lackeys, Norse slipped in via the back door. Downstairs, the thugs were clueless, defenseless. Meanwhile, on the second floor, some guys were busy packing up stacks of cash, utterly clueless that Norse was armed and charging at them. Norse's firepower was astounding. The moment her target appeared, it was lights out, simply a sharpshooter. Effortlessly watching 2 thugs pass by, her figure was ghost-like, silent yet deadly, just hitting her stride. Norse was moving like a master martial artist, disposing of everything in her way. Her skills were top-notch, landing hits with precision, simply flawless. Norse held her weapon, taking out one guy, showcasing her extraordinary skills. She was practically a superhero. The other thug, seeing this, lost his mind and wildly sprayed bullets, a real comedy act. Norse sprang out from behind the shelf, hitting him with one shot, sending him straight to the afterlife. Too funny. The next guy had no idea he was up against a vengeful woman, and Norse made short work of him. What an amusing climax. Then she opened the door and fired twice in rapid succession, leaving only Norse and one accountant. Such a stark contrast. The accountant came back to chaos, appearing utterly perplexed and lost. He returned to the boss office, only to find himself stuck in an endless loop, back to the same spot repeatedly. He returned to the hole, feeling comic irony, just missing himself by a mile. In the office, Norse spared him, letting him pass a message, and all that cash. Not the cent taken, but it was all turned to ash. This drove the little mustache to the brink. Money that could have been retrieved was now completely gone in pure despair. Enraged, the little mustache immediately ordered everyone to assemble and take out Norse, suddenly realizing she wanted more than just his head. He aimed to destroy his goods and cash. Thus, the little mustache confidently devised an empty city strategy with his men. That night, Norse arrived at the little mustache's flyer factory, looking at the photo with confidence. The show was about to begin. After getting out and opening the trunk to gear up, she realized something was off. Red flags everywhere. The factory was eerily quiet, and just a few steps in, she stumbled into a trap. What a joke. Cautiously stepping over, Norse saw a remote bomb tied to a barrel, while 2 idiots outside were watching. What a plot twist. They were waiting for Norse to make a move, ready to turn the entire factory into hell. It's downright hilarious. The whole factory blew to smithereens in an instant, and the 2 thugs thought they had succeeded. What a laugh. As they returned to base, they boasted to the little mustache, wholeheartedly believing Norse was done for. What a misunderstanding.